My name is Elizabeth Morrison. People call me Liz. I'm 35. I work at an IT company. I unlocked the front door. Maybe for the first time in 10 years. Coming home to my parents' house this early after leaving work. I thought I'd have dinner with the family for once. But the house was quiet. Even though both cars were parked outside. I headed to the living room. Walking down the hallway, I looked at the photos on the wall. A photo of me at 22. My college graduation. Dad and Mom standing on either side of me. Smiling. Next to it, a photo of my sister Caitlin. Her art school entrance ceremony. Dad and Mom with her too. But something was different. My graduation photo, Dad's smile was restrained. So was Mom's. Caitlin's photo, both Dad and Mom were beaming. I took a deep breath. I'm overthinking this, probably. I approached the living room. I heard voices. Dad's voice. I stopped. You know what I'm saying, Martha? That's what Dad said. Mom's laughter. Of course, George. She's been useful, hasn't she? My heart started racing. Useful? She's been more than useful. Dad laughed. A cold laugh. She's basically an ATM. We press a button, money comes out. I put my hand against the wall. I couldn't breathe. And Caitlin's tuition? All paid by Liz. We don't have to worry about a thing. Mom's voice continued. That's right. Let her pay. It's the least she can do. It's called being a good daughter. They both laughed. My hands were shaking. I mean, what else is she good for? She's got no husband, no kids. Just that boring job. That's what Dad said. At least she's making good money. Finally useful for something. Mom agreed. My chest hurt. I couldn't breathe. 10 years. What have I been doing for 10 years? Flashbacks hit me. Me at 25 in my apartment. A small one-room place. A call from Dad. Liz, we need help with the mortgage. Just $2,000. You can do that, right? Of course, Dad. I looked at my savings account. Balance, $3,500. The next day, I sent $2,000. Age 27. Got promoted. A call from Mom. Congratulations, honey. Listen, Caitlin needs art supplies for school. Can you send $1,500? Sure, Mom. I was going to buy a new sofa. Cancelled it. Age 30. Big promotion. Salary went up. An email from Dad. We're redoing the kitchen. Need $15,000. You just got promoted, right? I took out a loan. $15,000. The money I'd been saving for a down payment on my own house. Used it all. Age 32. Caitlin entered graduate school. Liz, can you pay for my tuition? It's $40,000 a year. Of course. Cancelled my trip to Europe. Age 33. My car broke down. But I didn't have money for repairs. I just paid Caitlin's tuition. Bought a used car. From a friend for $3,000. Age 34. My friends started buying houses. I was still living in an apartment. Why don't you buy a house? I'm saving up. It was a lie. I barely had any savings. I'd sent it all to my family. Age 35. Now. I leaned against the wall. Tears streamed down my cheeks. But I didn't make a sound. I heard Dad's voice from the living room. You know what's funny? She thinks we appreciate it. But honestly, it's just expected at this point. Mom laughed. Of course it's expected. She's the oldest. It's her duty. Duty? More like she's got nothing else to do with her money. They both laughed again. I slowly took out my phone. My hands were shaking. But my fingers moved. I opened the family group chat. The chat named Morrison Family. Me, Dad, Mom, Caitlin. I started typing a message. One letter at a time. Slowly. I'm ending all financial support effective immediately. Thank you for everything. Take care. My finger hovered over the send button. I took a deep breath. Once more. And I pressed it. I heard a sound from the living room. The sound of phones dropping on the floor. Twice. Dad's phone and Mom's phone. Silence. Complete silence. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. George, did you just? Mom's voice was shaking. What the hell? The sound of Dad standing up. Liz? Are you here? I didn't answer. I quietly headed to the front door. Liz. Dad's voice was approaching the door. I opened the door. Stepped outside. Closed the door. I heard the sound of the door being unlocked. Dad opened the door. Liz. Wait. I walked toward my car. Didn't look back. Elizabeth. Come back. We need to talk. I opened the car door. Got in. Started the engine. Dad appeared in the rearview mirror. Standing at the front door. Mom came out too. They both looked stunned. I drove away. My parents' house getting smaller. 2 blocks away. Tears overflowed. But strangely, it wasn't sadness. It was liberation. The feeling of a 10-year weight falling off my shoulders. I stopped at a red light. My phone started ringing. A call from Dad. I ignored it. It rang again. From Mom. I ignored it. From Caitlin. I ignored it. The light turned green. I drove forward. Toward my apartment. For the first time, I felt ready to truly live my own life. The next morning, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. 37 missed calls. 15 from Dad. 12 from Mom. 10 from Caitlin. 23 messages. I didn't open any of them. I made coffee. My hands weren't shaking. It was strange. Last night I cried. But this morning was different. I was calm. My phone rang. From Dad. I ignored it. It rang again. From Mom. I ignored it. A knock on the door. I froze. Who could it be? I heard a voice through the door. Liz. Open the door. It's me, Caitlin. My sister's voice. Please. I need to talk to you. I didn't move. Liz. I know you're in there. Your car is outside. The knocking continued. Please. Just 5 minutes. I took a deep breath. I opened the door. Caitlin was standing there. 25 years old. Beautiful. Long blonde hair. Blue eyes. She'd been crying. Liz. I didn't say anything. Can I come in? I moved to the side. Caitlin came in. She headed to the living room. I closed the door. Caitlin sat on the sofa. I leaned against the kitchen counter. Crossed my arms. What do you want? My voice was cold. It surprised even me. Liz, what happened yesterday? That message, you can't be serious. I'm completely serious. Caitlin's eyes widened. But why? What did we do? What did you do? I laughed. A cold laugh. You really don't know? No. I don't. Everything was fine and then suddenly. Fine? Everything was fine. I looked at her with my arms still crossed. Tell me, Caitlin. How much is your tuition? What? Answer the question. How much? $40,000 a year. And who pays for it? Caitlin went silent. Answer me. You do, but. But what? But you deserve it. But it's my duty. I never said that. You didn't have to. I stepped away from the kitchen. I went to the window. Looked outside. Do you know how much I've given our family in the last 10 years? Caitlin said nothing. Over $500,000. I turned around. Caitlin's face went pale. $500,000, Caitlin. Your tuition. Mom and Dad's mortgage. The kitchen remodel. Dad's car. Mom's medical bills. Your art supplies. Your study abroad trip to Paris. Your laptop. Your iPad. Your. I didn't know it was that much. Of course you didn't. Because you never asked. You just took. Tears streamed down Caitlin's cheeks. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. You didn't realize? Or you didn't want to realize? I approached her. Let me ask you something. Have you ever worked? Ever? I'm in school. So was I. I worked 3 jobs while getting my degree. 3. I slept 4 hours a night. I ate ramen for 2 years straight. But you? You go to art school. You travel to Europe. You buy $500 art supplies without thinking twice. I didn't know you were struggling. I wasn't struggling. I was sacrificing. There's a difference. Caitlin stood up. Liz, please. I need you. My tuition is due next month. I can't pay it. I'll have to drop out. Then drop out. Her eyes widened. What? Drop out. Get a job. Learn what it means to earn something. But my art career. Your art career can wait. Or you can work and study part-time. Like normal people do. I can't believe you're being so cruel. Cruel? I laughed. You want to know what's cruel? I'll tell you. I took out my phone. I played last night's recording. Dad's voice filled the room. She's basically an ATM. We press a button, money comes out. Mom's laughter. Let her pay. It's the least she can do. The blood drained from Caitlin's face. That's Mom and Dad. Last night. I heard them through the door. I stopped the recording. Still think I'm being cruel? Caitlin sat down on the floor. I didn't know they said that. Now you know. I put my phone back in my pocket. Liz, what about Mom and Dad? They need your help. They don't need my help. They want my money. There's a difference. But there are parents. Parents who see me as an ATM. Caitlin started crying. Please, please don't do this, our family. Our family? I looked down at her. Let me tell you about our family. I'm 35. I live in a rental apartment. I drive a 10-year-old car I bought for $3,000. I haven't taken a vacation in 6 years. I work 60 hours a week. And you know what? I'm okay with all of that. But what I'm not okay with is being used. Being taken for granted. Being laughed at behind my back. Caitlin couldn't say anything. So here's what's going to happen. I'm done. No more tuition. No more rent money. No more anything. You want something? Earn it. Work for it. Like I had to. But I don't know how. Then learn. You're 25. It's time. I headed to the door. Opened it. You should go now. Caitlin slowly stood up. Liz, please, can't we talk about this? We just did. Goodbye, Caitlin. She walked toward the door. Stopped. I love you, Liz. I didn't answer. She left. I closed the door. My knees gave out. I sat down on the floor. Tears overflowed. But I didn't regret it. My phone rang. From Dad. I ignored it. It rang again. From Mom. I ignored it. A message arrived. From Dad. We need to talk. This is ridiculous. Call me back now. I deleted it. From Mom. Elizabeth, you're being very selfish. Your father and I are disappointed in you. I deleted it. From Caitlin. Please reconsider. I'm begging you. I deleted it. I stood up. I picked up my coffee cup. Looked out the window. Blue sky. I noticed for the first time. It really is a blue sky. I looked at my phone. Opened my contacts. Amanda. My best friend. I typed a message. Are you free for lunch? I need to talk. A reply came immediately. Of course. 12:30 at the usual place. Perfect. Thank you. I looked at the clock. 10:15 a.m. 2 hours. I took a shower. Changed clothes. Looked in the mirror. Same face. But something was different. My eyes were different. I wasn't scared anymore. I didn't feel guilty anymore. I was free. 11:45 a.m. I got in my car. Headed to the restaurant. Stopped at a red light. A family was in the car next to me. Father, mother, 2 children. They were laughing. My chest ached. But a different kind of pain. It wasn't envy. It wasn't sadness either. Just loneliness. And acceptance. My family wasn't that smiling family. And that's okay. The light turned green. I moved forward. I arrived at the restaurant. Amanda was waiting. 38 years old. Married. 2 kids. But she understands me. Liz. She stood up. Hugged me. You look different. Different how? I don't know. Lighter? I smiled. Maybe I am. We sat down. And I told her everything. 3 months passed. My life changed. But apparently my family's life changed too. I'd been meeting weekly with Dr. Chen, a counselor Amanda introduced me to. Today was another session. How are you feeling today, Liz? Good. Actually, really good. Dr. Chen smiled. You look more relaxed than 3 months ago. I feel more relaxed. Have your parents tried to contact you? Every day for the first month. Then it stopped. And how does that make you feel? I thought about it. Relieved. And a little sad. But mostly relieved. Dr. Chen nodded. That's healthy. You're allowed to feel both. The session ended. I returned to my car. I looked at my phone. One missed call. Unknown number. There was a voicemail. I played it. Hi, this is Karen Thompson from First National Bank. I'm calling regarding George Morrison. He listed you as an emergency contact. Please call us back at. My heart started racing. But I didn't call back. I deleted it. I went home. My new apartment. I moved last month. 2 bedrooms. Large balcony. The first home I chose for myself. I sat on the sofa. A new sofa. I bought it myself. The doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole. Caitlin. But different. Her hair was pulled back. Light makeup. Jeans and a t-shirt. She looked like a different person from 3 months ago. I opened the door. Caitlin. Hi, Liz. Can I come in? I hesitated. But I opened the door. Caitlin came in. She looked around the living room. Nice place. Thanks. We sat down. Silence. I'm working now. That's what Caitlin said. What? I got 2 jobs. Waitress at a diner. And I work at an art supply store on weekends. I looked at her. I didn't come here to ask for money. Then why did you come? To apologize. And to say thank you. My eyes widened. I've been working for 2 months now. It's hard. Really hard. My feet hurt. I'm tired all the time. I had to drop 2 classes this semester. But I'm learning something. What? I'm learning what you already knew. That nothing is free. That everything has a cost. And that I've been a spoiled brat. Tears welled up in Caitlin's eyes. I never understood what you sacrificed for me. For all of us. I just took and never even said thank you. I'm sorry, Liz. I'm so sorry. My throat tightened. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't even expect you to help me anymore. I wanted you to know that I get it now. And I'm going to make it on my own. Like you did. I took a deep breath. How's school? Hard. I'm taking 6 credits instead of 15. But I'll graduate. It'll just take longer. And that's okay. And Mom and Dad? Caitlin's face clouded over. They're struggling. I got a call from their bank. Dad's in trouble. Big trouble. I waited. He lost most of his retirement fund. Bad investments. He's been hiding it for years. And now the bills are piling up. The mortgage is 3 months behind. My fists clenched. And Mom? She's panicking. She wants you to come back. She says you're being selfish. Of course she does. But Liz. Dad had a heart attack. I froze. What? 2 weeks ago. He's okay now. But he was in the hospital for a week. My heart ached. Why didn't anyone tell me? Mom wanted to. But Dad said no. He said he wouldn't beg. I stood up. Went to the window. Liz. I'm not here to guilt you into helping. I just thought you should know. I turned around. Is he okay? Physically, yes. But he's changed. He's not the same. What do you mean? He's quieter. Sadder. He keeps saying he's sorry. I sat back down. Caitlin. I need to think about this. I understand. I'll go. She stood up. Caitlin. She turned around. I'm proud of you. For working. For trying. Her eyes filled with tears. Thank you, Liz. That means everything. She left. I was alone. I held my head in my hands. Dad had a heart attack. How should I feel about this? Worried? Angry? Guilty? All of it. I took out my phone. Called Dr. Chen. Dr. Chen? I need an emergency session. Can you fit me in tomorrow? The next day, I was in Dr. Chen's office. My father had a heart attack. I'm sorry to hear that. How do you feel? Confused. Part of me wants to help. Part of me is still angry. Both feelings are valid. But what do I do? Dr. Chen leaned forward. Liz, helping someone and being used by someone are two different things. You can choose to help on your terms. With boundaries. With conditions. What kind of conditions? What would make you feel safe? What would make you feel respected? I thought about it. I want them to acknowledge what they did. I want real change. Not just words. That's reasonable. And I want them to get help. Family therapy. All of us. That's very reasonable. I took a deep breath. I'll pay for Dad's medical bills. But that's it. And only if they agree to therapy. Dr. Chen smiled. That's a healthy boundary, Liz. I went home. I looked at Mom's number. For the first time in 3 months, I called. 3 rings. Hello? Mom's voice. She sounded tired. Mom. It's me. Liz. Oh, Liz. Thank God. Your father. I know about Dad. Caitlin told me. Please, Liz. We need you. We're losing the house. The medical bills. Mom. Stop. She went silent. I'll help with Dad's medical bills. But I have conditions. Anything. We'll do anything. Family therapy. All 4 of us. Every week. No excuses. Silence. Mom? I'll talk to your father. That's not good enough. I need a yes or no. Right now. A longer silence. Yes. We'll do it. Good. I'll find a therapist and send you the information. First session is next week. Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much. Don't thank me yet. This isn't going to be easy. I hung up. My hands were shaking. But this time it wasn't fear. It was determination. I looked out the window. The sun was setting. Orange and purple sky. Beautiful. For the first time, I felt hope. The relationship might never be what it was. But maybe something new could begin. Something healthy. Something equal. And if that's not possible, I'll be okay on my own. I know that now. My worth isn't determined by how my family treats me. My worth is determined by me. My phone rang. From Amanda. How did it go? I called my mom. We're doing family therapy. Wow. That's huge. Are you okay? Yeah. I think I am. Want to grab dinner? Celebrate your bravery? I smiled. I'd love that. 7 p.m. at Mario's? Perfect. I hung up. I looked in the mirror. Same face. But my eyes were different. They were stronger. I smiled at myself. You did good, Liz. And I started getting ready for dinner. A new chapter was about to begin. It was scary. But I was ready. 1 year passed. Family therapy lasted 8 months. Every Wednesday. 6 p.m. Dr. Richardson's office. I remember the first session. Dad was sitting in his chair. He'd lost weight. He looked pale. Mom was clutching a handkerchief. Caitlin sat next to me. Dr. Richardson looked at all of us. Let's start with why we're here. I spoke first. We're here because my family treated me like an ATM. Dad looked up. Liz. It's my turn. Please listen. Dad went silent. For 10 years, I gave you all over $500,000. The mortgage. The car. The kitchen remodel. Caitlin's tuition. Everything. And I heard you laughing about me. Calling me an ATM. Mom started crying. We didn't mean. You did mean it. I recorded your conversation. I took out my phone. Played it. Dad's voice filled the room. She's basically an ATM. The recording ended. The room fell silent. Dad held his head in his hands. I can't believe I said that. But you did. And Mom laughed. Mom cried harder. Dr. Richardson intervened. George, Martha. What do you want to say to your daughter? Dad slowly looked up. Tears were streaming down his cheeks. Liz. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have an excuse. I was selfish. I was cruel. And I failed you as a father. Mom nodded too. We took you for granted. We used you. And we didn't even see it. We thought it was your duty. But it wasn't. You gave us everything and we gave you nothing in return. I wiped my tears. I love you both. But I won't let myself be hurt anymore. 8 months after that. Sessions continued every week. Anger. Tears. Silence. And gradually, truth. Dad talked about his failures. The $300,000 he lost on investments. His fear of telling Mom. His guilt about using his daughters. Mom confessed too. That she'd favored Caitlin. That she'd been jealous of me. Because I was successful. That she'd punished me. Even though she loved me. And I talked too. About sacrificing too much of myself. About not being able to say no. About confusing love with obligation. At the last session, Dr. Richardson said, "You've all done incredible work. But remember, healing is ongoing. It doesn't end here." We all nodded. Now, I was in my new house. A house I bought. 3 bedrooms. With a backyard. I got promoted. Vice president. My salary went up too. But this time, the money was all mine. The doorbell rang. I opened it. The delivery person left a package. From Caitlin. I opened it. It was a painting. A portrait of me. It was beautiful. There was a card inside. To my sister, who taught me the meaning of strength. Thank you for never giving up on me. Love, Caitlin. Tears overflowed. My phone rang. From Dad. A year ago I would have ignored it. But now it's different. Hello, Dad. Hi, sweetheart. I just wanted to hear your voice. How are you? I'm okay. Working part-time at the hardware store. It's not much, but it's honest work. I smiled. I'm proud of you, Dad. Dad's voice shook. You are? Yes. You're trying. That's what matters. Liz. I know I can never make up for what I did. But I want you to know. I'm trying to be the father you deserved all along. I know, Dad. I see it. Your mother wants to talk to you. Is that okay? Of course. Mom got on the phone. Liz, honey. Hi, Mom. I'm volunteering at the community center now. Teaching art to seniors. It's good for me. To give instead of take. That's wonderful, Mom. And Liz. I'm sorry. I'll never stop being sorry. I know, Mom. I forgive you. Both of you. I hung up. But this time with a warm feeling. I looked out the window. There was a tree planted in the yard. A cherry tree. It will bloom in the spring. The doorbell rang again. This time it was Caitlin. Hi. She came in. She was holding something. I brought lunch. Made it myself. You can cook now. I'm learning. It's not great, but it's edible. We laughed. We sat at the kitchen table. Ate sandwiches. How's school? Good. I'm graduating next semester. Finally. I'm so proud of you. Liz. I got accepted to an art gallery. They want to show my work. That's amazing. And I did it myself. No one's money. Just my work. Her eyes were shining. Will you come to the opening? Of course. When is it? Next month. And I invited Mom and Dad too. Is that okay? I thought about it. Yeah. It's okay. Caitlin squeezed my hand. Thank you for not giving up on me. Even when I didn't deserve it. You're my sister. I'll always love you. She started crying. But this time it wasn't sadness. Tears of gratitude. In the evening, after Caitlin left, I sat alone on the balcony. Drank wine. The stars were starting to come out. I looked at my phone. An email from work. A new project. A big project. I'm leading it. A year ago, I would have been too distracted by family issues to focus. But now it's different. I was clear. I was free. I heard laughter from the house next door. A family eating dinner. Before, my heart would have ached. But now it's different. I have a family too. Not perfect. But our family. A family that broke and was rebuilt. Stronger than before. More real than before. The wind blew. The cherry tree swayed. I smiled. I did it. I said in a small voice. I survived. I'm free. And I'm happy. The stars were shining. Countless stars. Each one independent. Each one beautiful. So am I. Independent. And beautiful. Living my own life. Not someone's ATM. Not someone's obligation. Just me. Elizabeth Morrison. 35 years old. Vice President. Homeowner. Sister. Daughter. But most of all. Myself. My phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Hi, is this Elizabeth Morrison? Yes. This is Mark from the hiking club. Amanda gave me your number. She said you might be interested in joining us this weekend. I thought about it. A year ago I would have declined. No time. No money. Too many obligations. But now, yes, I'd love to. Great. We're meeting at 8 a.m. at Cherry Creek Trail. I'll be there. I hung up. A new hobby. New friends. A new life. All possible now. Because I set boundaries. Because I learned to say no. Because I valued myself. I looked up at the sky. The moon was rising. A full moon. Shining brightly. I'm shining too. I was hurt. I was broken. But I healed. And now, I'm just living. 3 years later. Thanksgiving. My dining room. The table had turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce. I made it all. The doorbell rang. I opened it. Caitlin was standing there. She was 28 now. Happy Thanksgiving. I hugged her. Come in. You're early. I wanted to help you cook. We went to the kitchen. Caitlin put on an apron. How's the gallery? Amazing. I sold 3 paintings last month. That's wonderful. And I paid off my student loans. Finally. I put my arm around her shoulder. I'm so proud of you. The doorbell rang again. It was my parents. Dad was still thin but looked healthy. Mom looked brighter too. Happy Thanksgiving. Dad hugged me. Thank you for inviting us. Of course, Dad. Mom was holding a pie. I made apple pie. Your favorite. Thanks, Mom. We sat down. Around the table. 4 people. Dad reached out his hand. He held mine. Can I say grace? Of course. Everyone held hands. Dad closed his eyes. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Thank you for bringing our family back together. Thank you for my daughters, who taught me what true strength looks like. Thank you for second chances. Amen. Amen. We started eating. Conversation flowed. Caitlin's next exhibition. Dad's work. Mom's volunteer work. My new project. Natural conversation. No burden. No expectations. Just family. After dinner, Dad called me. Liz, can we talk? Just for a minute? Sure. We went out to the balcony. Dad looked up at the night sky. Beautiful night. Yeah. Liz. I want you to know something. I waited. These past 3 years have been the hardest of my life. Losing the house. Working at 67. Facing what I did to you. But they've also been the best years. I was surprised. The best? Because I finally learned what matters. Not money. Not status. Family. Real family. Built on respect, not obligation. Dad looked at me. You saved me, Liz. By walking away. You saved all of us. Tears streamed down my cheeks. I love you, Dad. I love you too, sweetheart. We hugged. We went back inside. Caitlin and Mom were washing dishes. Laughing. I stopped. I burned this scene into my memory. Not perfect. But real. There are scars. But they're healing. This is family. A new family. Late at night, after everyone left. I sat alone on the sofa. Drank wine. Looked at my phone. Opened the photo app. A photo from 3 years ago. The old apartment. A tired face. And today's photo. The new house. A smiling face. With family. I smiled. I stood up. Went to the window. I could see the cherry tree. It had grown. In spring it blooms. Beautiful flowers. I bloomed too. It took time. It hurt. But I bloomed. And now. I was happy. Truly happy. My phone rang. A new message. Mark from the hiking club. Great hike today. Same time next week? I smiled and replied. Absolutely. I looked outside. The stars were shining. Each one independent. Each one beautiful. Each one perfect. So am I. Not perfect. But whole. Living my own life. Making my own choices. Loving myself. And that's enough. More than enough. Moonlight streamed into the room. Warm light. Gentle light. I took a deep breath. Thank you. I didn't know who I was talking to. God? Fate? Myself? Maybe all of them. Thank you for the courage to walk away. Thank you for the strength to come back. Thank you for teaching me that love and boundaries can coexist. Tears flowed. But it wasn't sadness. Tears of gratitude. Tears of joy. I smiled. And I fell asleep. Peacefully.